Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew, man? We're back today, man. Got a new body cam. We have a serial criminal realizes police found his body collection. Now, body collection, bro, that is insanely wild.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Bro, I was just randomly like scrolling, see, let's go ahead and do this. I'm like, this ain't even what I got on us. She said, let's go ahead and do this.
Let's do it, Chad, 'cause I'm nosy.
Yo, this is insane. Yo, y'all been loving the body cam, so salute to y'all, man. We're doing it for y'all, man. So, with that being said, before we get into it today, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
liking it with a thumbs up.
we highly appreciate it, man. Y'all keep running us up in the comments and stuff, man. Letting us know so we can make sure we bring it, man. But, hey, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get it, shawty.
Totally cooperating, just relax. Not doing anything, not cooperating. Sir, I will be very cooperative. All right, let's try that, please.
That's not you on the 27th. Food Line parking lot, Traveler's Rest.
I don't think so.
Look, man.
Where's it? I don't know where Edna is.
Yes, you do.
It's not making sense. So you're the last person to be in a vehicle you wiped out of a lady that's missing.
That sounds really up.
28 years ago, this man kidnapped a woman and was sentenced to 30 years in prison for it. 3 decades later, 80-year-old Edna Suttles is spotted picking him up in a parking lot. This would be the last time Edna was ever seen alive. Days later, detectives traced Edna's movement and discovered CCTV footage of the same man driving her car.
She's missing right now.
Yes, Dan, where is Edna?
I don't have a clue.
But that's when police found out Edna wasn't the only victim.
I know you are.
What? What I missed?
I didn't think it.
Oh, it's a lot of women.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot
I
of
thought it was
older
just
women.
the two that they just
You
named.
said a cereal.
I know, but you know, I thought
But because what we had to Google that, what classifies as cereal?
three or
It's
more.
3 or 4. Is
Three.
it 4?
3 or more.
3 or more with no like
I don't
definite like reasoning
I
behind
don't
it,
know.
something like
It's
that.
something.
Some pertaining to like that.
Yeah.
And then like he clapping out grandmas.
I wonder, is he like, do they have money or something? And he's like still in there, like.
Also think of this, right? He did 30 years for a kidnapping. Was that his first time? Or do he got bodies?
From they didn't. We gonna see. We gonna see.
I don't think we're gonna see that.
We ain't gonna see all that. 'Cause it's just, it ain't even. Oh, let me sit up a little bit.
She said set up.
I said set up.
Country.
Let me sit up.
If you tell them to turn that off, I'll talk to you a little more freely.
Hell no. We need to see.
No.
More freely. What you mean by that,
Sometime
my boy?
around 9 a.m. on August 27th, 80-year-old Edna leaves her home in Traveler's Rest to look after a friend. Hours later, 911 dispatchers receive a concerning call.
Greenville County 911, what's your emergency? A sitter was supposed to show up to be with my mom today. Her name is Edna Suttles, and she didn't show up. This is not like her. She shows up like clockwork. So something's wrong.
But this call was only the beginning of a long chain of mysteries. As officers arrived at Edna Suttles' home for a welfare check based on these reports, they received no response. There were no signs of a break-in, and Edna was nowhere to be seen. However, when police asked Edna's son, he pointed out that $50,000 worth of jewelry was missing from the home. More importantly, though, her car was missing.
You telling me that little jewelry they be wearing really? I thought it was a little costume jewelry.
But maybe she had so much, it probably added up to be the.
Or does she sell jewelry?
That's what I'm saying. She probably sells it, and the total is probably. Yeah.
I thought it was just saying her. I'm like, damn, that little shit be worth something. It's at the end of the day, it's still worth something. I'm like, man, little brooch and stuff. You be like, man, that's an ugly little brooch. Come find out,
I think that'd be cute.
that'd be some thousands of dollars. You'd be like $50,000 for that ugly little thing.
Worth of jewelry was missing from the home. More importantly, though, her car was missing too. If the cops could find that, they might be able to figure out where she had gone. This meant that finding Edna's vehicle would be the most instrumental step in this investigation, as it would give a clue about her last known whereabouts. Immediately, a hunt for Edna's car began, and 6 days later, it was found abandoned in the parking lot of a hotel in Travelers Rest. This was odd, as Edna lived close by and didn't need to stay at a hotel. A check with the staff also revealed that no one under the name of Edna was staying there. So to get to the bottom of this mystery, the cops decided to try and trace back Edna's movement using CCTV cameras starting from her home. At 9:30 a.m., a camera at a nearby pawn shop captures Edna leaving her home and driving towards a local Food Lion grocery store. 9 minutes later, Edna arrives at the store to pick something up. A man approaches the vehicle with 2 bags in his hand and sits alongside Edna, who then drives off back to her home. 4 hours later, at 1:43 p.m., Edna's car leaves her home again and...
Hold on, did Edna possibly do like Uber or something on the side?
I don't think he would have got in the front though.
Sometimes I have seen Uber.
Like if it's like a lot of people, and like everybody can't fit in the
I don't
back,
know,
or
I
did
don't
she
do Uber.
personally know this man?
I don't know.
But then I'm like,
I don't do Uber, and I don't think I ever will.
But it could have been like Uber or something. She's like, just get up here up front, like just nothing. I don't know, but I will never.
It gotta be somebody she already know though.
and arrives
They
at
gotta
the
have some
same
kind of
Food
relationship.
Lion once more. But this time, the person exiting the driver's seat isn't Edna at all. It's the same old white man she picked up earlier, who immediately moves to his car and parks it next to Edna's. He then drags something out of her car, placing it into his. Initially, it was difficult to identify what the man moved from the Jeep to the Chevrolet, but after a frame-by-frame analysis, it wasn't a question of what was moved, but who. Because in a chilling discovery, officers would realize the footage showed the unmistakable golden hair of Edna Suttles. 4 minutes later, at 1:47 p.m., the man drives Edna's car into the hotel's parking lot and parks it in the same spot that the detectives found the vehicle in. He exits and begins wiping down the door and seats, trying to get rid of any evidence of his presence. By 2:14 p.m., the man returns to his vehicle at Food Lion and drives off, marking the last that was seen of Edna and the man. The most crucial part of this investigation is to now figure out who exactly the man in the video is. But due to the grainy footage and his distance from most cameras, this proved to be difficult, and the investigation seemed like it would come to a standstill. But detectives had an idea. Since the man exited the store with bags in his hand, a purchase was made, and this realization would be the most crucial breakthrough in the case. Immediately, officers began retrieving footage from inside the store, and when they reviewed it, they came to a harrowing realization. This was Daniel Prince, a man who only 24 years prior to this got put in a federal prison for kidnapping. 24 years prior to this incident, in 1997, Daniel was responsible for the kidnapping of a woman in Michigan. He had her tied up, shackled her hands, and it was by sheer luck that she managed to free herself before escaping. Even though he was sentenced to a maximum of 30 years for this crime, he
13
was
to
released
30.
by 2009 on parole. But the worst was yet to
13.
come. Daniel began working as a handyman for predominantly elderly single ladies, a demographic that not only matched his previous victim, but also that of Edna's. For officers, the realization now begins to settle in. They have a kidnapper on the run, and there might be a chance that he has kept Edna alive. Not knowing where she is, they had to act fast before this glimmer of hope dimmed. Even with this disturbing past, detectives didn't have enough evidence to press strong charges for kidnapping or murder. However, they had established probable cause for grand larceny involving Edna's Jeep. A warrant to arrest Prince and search his property was granted, and officers were quickly dispatched to Prince's residence to take him into custody.
Totally cooperating. Just relax. Not doing anything. All right, let's go. Stand up on your feet. Stay right there. Yeah. Sir, I will be very cooperative.
Despite the number of heavily armed officers that just descended on Prince's property, he remained noticeably calm and composed, as if he had a plan to escape this predicament. The following footage was analyzed by our in-house criminal research specialist and retired detective to shed some light on key techniques and strategies used during the questioning. When he is brought into the interrogation room, the detectives start with a relaxed, friendly conversation, a tactic used to put suspects at ease. They don't want him to know they've caught him on camera just yet.
What do you do now?
I do a lot of home remodeling, home repairs. I lay a lot of tile, and I got a customer base that has me doing stuff.
Okay, so why Boston, North Carolina, come all the way down from, say, Michigan or Wisconsin?
Okay, here, this is really easy. I'm originally from the east side of the state of Michigan, but I was in prison in Michigan for a while, and when I paroled to the west side of the state.
Okay. What'd you get locked up for? Because you said you got paroled.
I was locked up for a kidnapping charge.
Okay.
And I did 13 and a half years for that.
Oh, wow.
I did 1.5 years for a false statement on a vehicle title. You know, when they're not sure if they're going to make something, they want something to hold you with. So the false statement, that's all that was. The kidnapping, I was doing some bad shit that I shouldn't have been doing.
Fair enough.
But I shouldn't have gotten kidnapping. But I was doing some bad shit.
What kind of shit? What shit have you gotten?
I really don't want to say.
He was doing a lot
What
of
you
shit.
said? What? I really don't
There's
want to.
there are some things in his closet that still wasn't. You don't just
discovered.
go. You just don't go do 13 years, come home, and now all of a sudden start killing.
Yeah, I'm with you.
We're just bullshitting. We're just bullshitting.
Nothing when you're talking to two police detectives in a room. It's just bullshit. Okay, I've been through the system enough to know that. Yeah. All I'm going to say about that is I did my time. I made my first parole, and I haven't been in trouble since.
Hey, and that's great to know. You know, a lot of people, especially
call.
doing what you've been through, they come out and they go right back to it.
Just because he's a convicted criminal doesn't mean he's involved in Edna's disappearance, but the evidence the detectives have paints a different picture altogether from the hard-working, reformed criminal he claimed to be.
I'll talk to you about August 27th, 2021 of this year.
What day of the week was that?
Oh, it was a Friday.
Okay.
Okay, so specifically the 27th.
Mm-hmm.
What, 2 weeks ago? Do you remember where you were at?
Not specifically.
Where do you think you were at?
I've been going all over the place. I've been back and forth to Charlotte. I've been down to South Carolina.
Like, where's your jobs in South Carolina taking you?
Actually, I was down to Traveler's Rest, but I don't know if it was Friday or Thursday. I know I'd been there earlier that week.
But you don't remember which day specifically?
No, it was either Thursday or Friday.
What kind of job were you working on?
I wasn't.
You wasn't?
I wasn't. This lady had talked to me several times. I'd been down to her house 2 or 3 times. We kind of got to be friends. This woman has so many damn problems, mostly her daughter. She would call me and have me come down there.
Okay.
She said she needed to have money at one point in time to help her daughter because her daughter was in jail. Then she needed money another time because she was hiring a private investigator. Because her son-in-law she talked to me all kinds of stuff about it. We got to be pretty good friends about stuff like that.
Okay. How'd you meet her initially?
Years ago.
Okay.
Years ago, it was somebody given me her name or number, or my name and number.
Here, the detectives are analyzing his behavior and allowing Prince to dig a hole for himself that he's going to struggle to escape from. When they reveal they know the truth, he's going to try and deny his guilt, even when the evidence speaks for itself.
What you're telling us is that's not you on the 27th? Food line parking lot, Traveler's Rest?
I don't think so.
That's not you.
That's me. Where's that?
Food line, August 27th, 2021, 9:23.
The thing is, he saw that whoever the gentleman is had a hat on, and you can't properly identify who that is because of the hat. He didn't expect him to have this photo. Oh yeah, that's me. You got the same
shoes on,
same shoes, same shirt, same pants. Even the sock placement's the same. Only thing, you got a hat on right here. You didn't have a hat on when you went in. So outside of that, it's the same person.
That's not you.
That's me. Where's that?
Food line, August 27th, 2021, 9:23,
Okay.
32 seconds. Ringing a bell?
Yep. Yeah, I went down to Food Alliance. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what were you doing down there that day?
She wanted me to look at some stuff at her house,
Okay.
and she picked me up at Food Lion because she wanted me with her when she was gonna go meet some guy.
He had to come with a lot fast.
I'm like, who is
he
she? Because you just said.
I'm finna tell you what it is. He over here trying to process and think of lies, and he trying to think of it fast. Some guys. So I know what. But in his mind, he's replaying every last action that happened that day.
Yeah.
But he's like, okay, like
that's exactly.
And with him thinking of everything that's going on, his lies don't necessarily sound authentic.
They're not.
For private investigator.
Okay. Yeah. Tell us about that.
She wanted me to meet her down there.
Okay.
She was nervous because she says, I'm not sure I trust this guy. And she knows I've been in the military. And she says, will you meet me? She wanted me to see if this guy was going to meet her where he was supposed to meet her.
Do you know where?
There was a hotel lobby that he had finally said, meet me at the hotel.
Okay.
She says, drive up there.
Now I gotta input how the car even got at the hotel, because I know they found the car at the hotel.
Right. So
now I gotta be able to play. Want me to tell you the problem is? Because he's so much older, but also he got out. When he get out?
09.
But he's not realizing technology, because from 97 to 09 he's in jail. That is during the time of advancement of technology. Even though he got out in 09, those whole 2000 years, he never spent outside. Even though he should know what technology is now, he's also older. So those critical years of growing with technology, he missed it out. He went in, no technology, come out, technology. There's a lapse. So he's not paying attention to cameras. He's not. That's not even his understanding of knowledge. Boy, moving slow as hell.
And see if he's there. And I drove up there, and things are starting to sound really squirrely to me.
This is a common deflective behavior. Prince is not only trying to deflect suspicion away from himself, he's trying to point suspicion directly at someone else. In this case, the private investigator. According to Prince, Edna wanted to meet the private investigator the day before she was reported missing, even though she didn't feel safe meeting him alone. Luckily, detectives have seen the whole thing on camera, and it completely contradicts everything Prince is saying.
What were you driving? I was driving a blue car.
Your wife's car or your car?
My wife's car.
So that's y'all coming down 25, you and her together?
Why?
It could be.
Okay, because that's her car. That's about 13:45 on the 27th.
Okay.
So you're with her there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not saying yeah. I'm just saying that could be her.
Yeah, here's a different angle. I mean, we've watched this car, right?
Okay.
Here's y'all in the hotel parking lot.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, look. There's y'all backing in.
Yeah.
And a couple of different copies of it. Backing in.
Yeah.
Oh, look. You get out. Nobody else gets out.
I told you that.
You're walking around the car.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
You wipe the entire car down.
Because I was worried.
You were worried.
Worried about what?
There's you walking across the parking lot in front of Little Caesars.
Mm-hmm.
And there's you getting back into your car and driving away.
Oh, she's with me.
Look, man, you are a good dude. I honestly do believe that you screwed up years and years ago.
Prince seems visibly stunned by the amount of photographic evidence the detective is showing him.
Because the last time he was in a room, they ain't had the technology for this shit.
Right.
So he's like, okay, I've been through this before. I know what to say now, what not to say, right? So I'm trying to deflect it off me. They really, if this is 97, they don't have the surveillance evidence.
Yeah.
And it's more, if they did, it's way more
grainy.
grainy that cannot be admissible in court, right? So now he's like, okay, I can outsmart him. No, the fuck you can't, bro. You're not keeping up with the advancement of technology.
Right.
And he done got away so many times with other crimes that he's like, you know what I'm saying? It's insane, man.
Even though it can't be refuted, Prince is going to try and lie his way out of it. But that's not the only evidence detectives managed to find along the way, as there's mud on the wheels of Prince's car, leading detectives to believe he drove off-road to either kill Edna or to dump her body. And this is when we arrive at the pivotal moment where Prince's story starts to fall apart.
You're not a bad guy, right? Nobody is saying that you're some evil, twisted dude. Okay? We need to know where it is. We've processed the car. We found the dirt. Where did you go off-road? Where did you leave?
Oh, I can tell you.
Not
Like, hold on. Pay attention to
We've processed the car. We found the dirt.
When he said he found the dirt, he's like, the fuck you mean you found the dirt?
What you mean?
He can, like, that part shocked him. Because the way that they do surveillance now is not back in the 90s when you first got caught. You've been able to stay off the radar, so you've been moving. And it's always, when you have not been caught, you start getting, the more you continue to do crimes, the more you start getting relaxed. And like, can't catch me, ha, I'm cold at what I do.
Especially depending on like how many it is, and like you said, he done got away so long. Oh, baby, he feel like he untouchable.
Yup. Boy, a demon right here.
Did you go off-road? Where did you leave?
Oh, I can tell you exactly.
I never went off-road. They got dirt, so what you mean I never went off-road? And then he said, like, damn, I gotta.
Yeah. Probably trying to think of that lie real quick.
He can't, and honestly, he's responding faster than he can even think.
Where she and I had gone off road, please. When we were going from 25 south, there was off to the right. There was a truck with a trailer and another vehicle there that had a for sale sign on it. And it looked like an older truck. And I needed a work truck. And I went ahead and I pulled in and with her.
This might be truth, but he is something that he's seen previously before. So he has to make something that he's seen in his peripheral. He like, I got this knowledge in my head, but I don't know. Like, he fumbling. He's stumbling and fumbling, y'all.
And then we pulled out. And it was right there on 25.
Even in the face of such overwhelming evidence, Prince still denies any wrongdoing and even tries to take control of the situation. But detectives have him cornered, and he's quickly starting to struggle to maintain his composure.
Where's right now? Her family is desperately looking for her.
She's missing right now.
Yes, Dan, where is Edna?
I don't have a clue. I dropped her off at her house.
Dan, please listen. You did not drop her off at her house. We have followed that car the entire day up and down 25. There's a number of minutes that are unaccounted for that are not by her house.
Which car? Mine or hers?
Dan, stop playing games.
Right.
When I got... Okay, I can help you here. Okay. You gotta give me a second. You gotta let me answer the questions when they're asked.
You gotta let me think of the lie.
When I dropped her vehicle off looking for the guy, she said she wanted me to take her and drive around in my vehicle. So I left her vehicle. I went down to Food Lion, and she was in my vehicle with me. And I dropped her off at home.
The thing he failed to realize, if she was in your vehicle, we would have saw her exit out of her vehicle
and
into your vehicle. Without that information, because he's not thinking about cameras. Even though they just showed the fact that, that technology fucking his ass
What you said?
He can't even, he like, damn, bro, I can't even think right now, bro. Because he ain't even registering that the cameras are watching him the whole time.
Damn, we watched the video. She is not.
The car sits there.
It sits there, man.
No, not in her car.
Never.
My car.
We
I
watched you
dropped
go
her
back
off
to
with
food
my car.
lines. You did not drop anyone off, man.
I picked her back up. She sat in my car at Food Lane, and I went back and got her.
No, you did not.
No.
The detectives are beginning
saw
to
you getting
apply
in the
more
passenger
pressure on
side.
Prince,
And her
knowing
driving.
everything he's telling them is a lie. But he continues to stay on the defense, even trying to brush off the fact that he might have destroyed potential evidence.
I don't know where it is.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Damn.
Let's go back to why you wiped the car down. What you said you were worried about what?
The only thing I did was because I knew I'd been in and out of her car all the time with her. I'm like, there is no way in hell I'm going to just leave this thing here because she's got somebody that's after her.
Prince tries to deflect
What are you talking about,
peep
sir?
this, why the hell are you always in and out her car? Why is she picking you up if you have a car?
If you have it right.
Why don't you just go to her house? Because you don't want anybody to identify your car at her house. You still thinking like it's the fucking 90s, boy. Bruh. And that's the thing, crazy thing people fail to realize. There's surveillance for... They always just, I don't want no... they want to put a tracker on us. Bro, y'all are being watched every last second of the damn day now.
Facts.
You are always on
It's
camera.
cameras everywhere now.
Bro, there's street cameras all the time. They're detecting fucking license plates 24/7. Bro, we used to have them in the neighborhood. They took them out, though. You know the ones I'm talking about, the black ones?
Yeah.
They took them down, though.
They did take them down, didn't they?
Yeah. But everybody over here got a Ring camera anyway, so you just constantly on surveillance. And then if you got a smartphone, you constantly being tracked already.
Yeah,
so you
true.
don't have no if you got YouTube, you got TikTok, you got Twitter, you got any app. As soon as they say, hey, we need your location and services, you say, okay, there you go, GPS signal, location and service. They're tracking you by your IP address. You're constantly, unless you want to live in a caveman ages and have a flip phone, cool. You still be on camera.
Suspicion again by suggesting Edna may have been in some kind of danger, but he doesn't realize just how prepared these detectives are.
Who would be after her?
That guy with the truck, she said she didn't trust him.
The PI?
Yeah, so somebody she hired as a PI.
His story's totally different. He's been doing work for her. I mean, on the son-in-law thing. I mean, we've interviewed. I mean, he didn't meet her today. So that's
right. That's why she said she hired another PI. I'm sure you're recording this.
It's not making sense. I mean, you're the last person to be in a vehicle you wiped out of a lady that's missing.
That sounds really fun.
It does. That's why we're here.
I've been real honest with you guys. I told you what was going on.
The detectives managed to get Prince to admit he was with Edna on the day she disappeared. While Prince tried to convince them he was helping her meet a suspicious private investigator, they know it's a desperate attempt to deflect suspicion and distance himself from the crime. Prince insisted he dropped Edna off at her home, safe and well. But the detectives established that he was the last person to see her alive. And because of this interrogation, they locked him into a lie that would eventually lead to a chilling confession. When detectives search Prince's property, they find several automatic weapons. Because of his previous convictions, he's forbidden from owning any firearms. That means he could be facing a federal charge and be detained for even longer. While he's detained, they continue to search his land and find one of the most crucial pieces of evidence yet, a yogurt cup. This is the yogurt he bought shortly before Edna disappeared, and it's laced with a cocktail of drugs. Lorazepam, tramadol, and cyclobenzaprine can cause central nervous system depression when they're combined. When this happens, the body's neurological functions slow down. In other words, you're under sedation, exactly as Edna was in the parking lot when she was seen in Prince's car.
Wow. And that's how he used to use his stuff to kidnap people. The motherfucker low-key know what he doing when it comes down to drugging and kidnapping. Wow. He knows to mix prescription drugs.
Yes.
Wow. That's insane.
After feeding her the laced yogurt, there's nothing Edna can do to stop him, and she's led away to her death at the hands of this sadistic killer. Prince begins to realize he's cornered and has nowhere to run, so they bring him back in for more questioning, where he makes a full confession as he admits to 3 more murders, including those of Lee Goodman, Dolores Sellers, and her daughter, Nancy Rigo. The first victim was Dolores. Daniel had euthanized Dolores Sellers at the request of her daughter, Nancy Rigo. However, Nancy began to have second thoughts and wanted to contact the police, putting her directly in the crosshairs of Daniel Prince, a mentally disturbed.
So you telling me...
What?
Hold on.
Dolores...
You telling me...
Sellers and her...
Nancy wanted to get rid of her mom, so she go hire this fool. This fool's committed, or that's his lie. Because he's the only one who can tell.
Right. And she's
trying to take all the blame 100%
that
off
just sound
herself.
crazy.
But if that is the case, you telling me she hired you to go? That just don't seem right. I know it's possible.
Some crazy things, yeah.
I know it's possible, but also he's 100% a liar that would lie to get the heat off himself.
Facts.
Because he doesn't want to make it seem like he's just this evil monster. But you are. That's who you are. So you kill her. She probably was suspicious of you or walked in and you had to get rid of her too.
Well, not suspicious, because if... Oh. You saying if it didn't happen the way he's saying it happened.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Her daughter, Nancy Rigo. The first victim was Dolores. Daniel had euthanized Dolores Sellers at the request of her daughter, Nancy Rigo. However, Nancy began to have second thoughts and wanted to contact the police, putting her directly in the crosshairs of Daniel Prince, a mentally disturbed serial killer. Nancy Rigo was now his second victim. Even worse is the fact that for several years, Daniel began receiving Nancy's social security checks because she had given him her power of attorney. Moreover, the search of...
Hold on, so Nancy... So what's his connection with Nancy then? Nah, she never hired him to do that to Dolores. He did that to himself to Dolores, and then he got Nancy. It's his lie.
Yeah, I was like, it gotta be some money. Like, you getting money, you getting checks, you getting a social security, you getting something off of. Like, you not just people. Yeah. I said that earlier. I was like, it just don't, like, why are you taking out older women checks, money, social security?
Nancy, or could have possibly been Nancy was his first victim. We don't even know the timeline of them, both of them, and obviously they didn't have relatives to you know what I'm saying.
Especially, since you got rid of the mom and daughter, that was the
closest relative between both of them.
If that was her,
and he's still getting her checks. He's still getting her checks for so long too.
That's evil, bro.
Beyond evil.
Daniel's property would also reveal several of Nancy's documents. Since 2017, after her murder, Daniel pretended to be Nancy by sending her family emails and messages in an attempt to prevent them from thinking that she was dead. Daniel's third victim was Lee Goodman, who allegedly attempted to rob him, according to Daniel. Much like Nancy and Edna, her body was disposed of in some desolate area. And finally, Daniel's fourth and final victim was Edna Suttles, whose body would be found 1 year later on May 16, 2022, in a grave close to Daniel's home in Rutherford County. Although decomposed, officers were able to positively identify it as Edna and return the body to her loved ones. But even in the face of his crimes, he would never let go of his chance to leverage as much information as he could.
There was quite a lot of stuff found in your B house. There could be a million explanations for some of that stuff, and I don't want to jump to conclusions. And if there's something that happened that you didn't intend to happen, let's talk about it.
There are things that have to happen, and there are things that are going to happen. And I'm a realist, and I have acceptance with this. I would like a little bit of control in how they happen.
Oh, see.
If you tell him to turn that off, I will talk to you a little more freely.
When they turn the cameras off, Prince makes a final attempt to take control and influence the outcome in his favor. Daniel Prince avoided a trial by making a deal with authorities. He would tell them about the location of Edna's body, and in turn, his case would go federal because of the better living conditions in federal prisons. Not only that, but he would also avoid the death penalty and instead receive a life sentence.
Wow.
One would think that the detectives were naive to turn off their cameras and not record Daniel's confession, but unbeknownst to Prince, the investigators keep the backup audio recording running after shutting down the camera. This is the chilling confession he made.
Okay, let's put it this way. A person I was very good friends with wanted to do something to put someone basically out of their misery that was very closely related to them. That's one body. That person started having an extreme amount of guilt over this and decided they were going to go tell what had happened. That's the second body. There's a third body that I did not kill, and I knew that they'd be getting Social Security disability for the rest of their life. So I got rid of said bodies, for example, so that I could continue to use the car.
By any chance, while he's getting all this squared away, can you just help me get that closure for Edna's family?
Not until I have this. I clam up like a clam if this doesn't go federal for everything.
Wow. I have no words.
He got other bodies.
He got probably so many other more.
He got other bodies. Will we ever know? No. No. He got what he wanted.
And those were just the most recent ones. Possibly. Probably just the most recent ones.
Those the ones that he probably got evidence that can tie him directly to the... He had to.
Well, yeah,
he had to talk about Nancy because of Social Security.
You got the Social Security. You still be sending text messages.
And then if it's reported about the Social Security, then they're gonna automatically find out about the mom. So he gotta go ahead and confess about that.
And then you already know about Edna.
He probably got her Social Security too.
And what's the third? You talking about the third? You didn't take her life, but you got rid. Like what? That don't even make sense. But whatever.
Yeah.
He's such a liar, and like he said, he wanted to have full control. He wanted to control the situation.
Yeah.
That is rest in peace to every single victim, every single.
Yeah, facts, man.
Yeah, rest in peace to all of them.
Y'all spam us up in the comments, man. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are
Kid and C.
We out.
Peace.
Time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.